So my heart sank that day, and I just knew then, oh boy. But actually, it was 2020 when I was in Trim during one of the lockdowns, and I happened to be passing his office. Actually, it must have been 21 because it was the vaccine. It was during a lockdown of 2021. I passed his office. We were in Trim, and I happened to pass his office, and I saw a sign that they were organising buses. And no, they were organising lifts to the vaccine death camps. That's what they were doing. They were organising lifts. Now, people sometimes say, like with John Campbell, nurse, doctor, like John Campbell, well, sure, he didn't know. He didn't know that the vaccine was dangerous. Listen, they are paid to know. Donald Duck knew it was dangerous. This is laughable, and Pather Tobin certainly knew it was dangerous. I was telling him apart from it, and loads of people were, but he promoted that vaccine night and day, which to me says he's the spawn of Satan, because what he did was particularly vile.
In this database, you came across a chain of emails discussing
he's a snake.
fetal
Obviously,
tissue
we know that now.
vaccine. Vanessa Gelman, who works in Washington, D.C., is Senior Director of Worldwide Research. A question came up as an inquiry to our MedInfo group. They're asking, quote, did Pfizer make use of a cell line from an aborted fetus?
They want the one or more cell lines with an origin that can be traced back to human fetal tissue has been used in laboratory tests associated with the vaccine program.
What does that mean? Heck.
I wouldn't trust these two here as far as I throw them in retrospect, but it has been well established that vaccines are produced with they are derived from the cells of aborted babies. So that's one reason why we know Pather Tobin is an absolute snake.
Human embryo kidney cell.
They've used cells from aborted fetuses.
Yes.
Some of the pieces of the fetuses were pituitary gland that were chopped up into pieces to okay, included the lung of the fetuses.
Yes.
Okay, included the skin.
Yes.
Kidney.
Yes.
Spleen.
Yes.
Heart.
Yes.
And tongue.
I don't know, but yeah, probably yes.
In your entire career, how many fetuses have you worked with?
Well, I don't remember the exact number, but quite a few when we were studying them originally before we decided to use them to make vaccines.
Are you aware that one of the objections to vaccination by the plaintiff in this case is the inclusion of aborted fetal tissue in the development of vaccines and the fact that it's actually part of the ingredients of vaccines?
Probably yes.
Absolute fraudster. I don't know, do I have in that one the letter that he wrote? Oh no, I did, sorry, because I was distracted. Yes, in 2022, he was pleading with the HSE to give that poison to sick children age 5 and 11. Between 5 and 11. Now, we know it is an established fact that sick children who got this vaccine, some of them died pretty much immediately. We know of one case of a Wexford girl, and she did, of course, that was on Liveline when I exposed that. They went on Liveline and I was severely abused, of course. One of the many, many times I've been abused by those absolute snakes in RTE and the mass media, but I don't care because I've been vindicated. But this child said that she was not allowed to get vaccines because of the condition that she had, probably because she was vaccine injured as a child. And she did this video where she says, I can't believe I'm going to be getting the COVID vaccine. And she was due to be going home from a rehab where she was in rehab. And she says, but they're saying they're going to give me the COVID vaccine, but I can't normally get vaccines. And next thing, she's dead.